The person you've hurt the most is probably someone you love. Not a stranger, not an enemy. Someone who chose you. Someone who stayed. And if you're honest with yourself, you already know that. The real question is, why? Why do we save our worst behavior for the people who deserve our best? That is what we're exploring today. And by the end of this, you won't just understand it. You'll feel it. And maybe, for the first time, you'll know what to do about it. Every day, you wear a mask. Not because you're fake, but because the world demands it. You soften your voice for your boss. You smile at strangers even when you're exhausted. You swallow your frustration because losing control would cost you something. So, out there, you perform. You filter. You protect the image. But then you walk through your front door and something changes. The mask comes off. Sometimes slowly, sometimes all at once. And the people waiting on the other side, the ones who love you, the ones who chose you, they get the version of you the rest of the world never sees. And here is the painful truth. We do not remove the mask with people we distrust. We remove it with people we feel safe with. Safety was supposed to be a gift, but somewhere along the way, it became an excuse. So, what is actually under the mask? For most people, it is not evil. It is not cruelty. It is unprocessed pain. Old wounds that never healed. Patterns that were never broken. Think about it. When someone ignores you, is your reaction really about them? Or is it about the younger version of you who once felt invisible? When you shut down in conflict, is it really about the argument? Or is it about every moment in your life when speaking up was used against you? We do not only react to the present, we react to everything the present reminds us of. And the people closest to us press the deepest buttons. Not because they want to hurt us, but because intimacy puts them close enough to reach the wounds. Proximity is not the problem. Unhealed pain is. And there is something else. We expect more from the people we love. We expect strangers to misunderstand us, so when they do, it barely touches us. But with the people we love, it feels different. We expect them to know, to understand without explanation, to notice what we need without being told, to meet us exactly where we ache. And when they fail, it does not feel like a small disappointment. It feels like proof. Proof that we are not truly seen. Proof that we are alone even inside love. And that fear, the fear of being alone while standing next to someone who says they love you, is unbearable. So we lash out, we withdraw, we become cold. We test the relationship without admitting that we are testing it. Not always to destroy it, sometimes just to see if it survives. That is one of the darkest truths about love. Sometimes love becomes a silent test, and the other person never even knows they are being tested. But there is another layer. Love makes you vulnerable. Real love gives another person the power to wound you in ways no stranger ever could. Emotionally, psychologically, deeply. And the mind knows this, so it builds defenses. Sometimes those defenses look like anger. Sometimes they look like silence. Sometimes they look like cruelty. Because control is the illusion we reach for when we are afraid. And we are often most afraid with the people who matter most. The deeper the love, the higher the risk, and the stronger the defense. It is not fair. It is not logical, but it is human. Still, understanding it does not excuse it. It only makes change possible, because you cannot heal what you refuse to see. So the first step is brutal honesty. Stop blaming the other person for every wound you carried into the relationship. That does not mean they never hurt you. It means before you burn everything down, ask yourself, am I reacting to this moment or to something older? The second step, learn that feeling safe does not give you permission to become careless. Yes, you dropped the mask, but that does not mean you get to drop responsibility. Their love gave you safety. Do not turn that safety into a weapon. And the third step, say what is underneath the anger. Not, you never listened to me. Say, I feel invisible and it scares me. Not, you always do this. Say, I need you to understand how deeply this hurt me. Because beneath anger, there is usually pain, and beneath pain, there is usually fear. And that truth, that softer truth, is what the other person needed to hear all along. You hurt the people you love because they're the only ones you stopped performing for. That is not evil. That is intimacy without the tools to carry it. The goal is not to put the mask back on. The goal is to become someone who no longer needs the mask, or the armor, or the explosion. Someone who can be fully seen and not be terrified by it. That is the work. It is uncomfortable. It is ongoing. But it may be the most important work you ever do. This is Perception Unbound. Reality is deeper than you think. If these words touched something inside you, your journey of self-discovery is just beginning. Keep going.